Hey everybody, so today's video is going to be about the El Paso Public Library, which is actually one of the most haunted libraries in the United States. So we're heading in today because I'm going to show you guys a couple of the spots in this library that are haunted and a little bit spooky. So when they began construction on the library, they actually had a few town drunks dig up the cemetery that was actually here at the library before it was a library. Yeah, it's a really spooky story. But they had some of them dig up the graves and move them to the now Concordia Cemetery, and they accidentally left some bodies behind. I mean, when you get some drunk people to dig up some graves, I'm pretty sure things are not going to end perfectly. And the library was built on top of that. Yeah, it's crazy. So from then on, there were instances of interesting things happening at the library, and there has been plenty of stories revolving around the hauntings in this library. Right here, there is a Concordia Cemetery records book, and inside of it are the records of people that had died and that were buried in the Concordia Cemetery. And it tells you what age they were when they died, what they died from, and the year that they died. So that's very interesting about the library, that they have these records. There is a certain part of the library which right here, as you could tell, my camera or my phone kept messing up, like the focus was going in and out, but it was acting really weird and it didn't want to record sometimes. And this is actually a part of the library that has a lot of activity. There's a story about a woman, librarian, who was working and she felt like there was a weird force field around this area. And then now we're heading into the lower level of the library. And the level below this one is the one that is the most haunted in the entire building. And unfortunately, I'm not able to access that because I'm just a patron, I don't work there. But we're in the lower level, which is above it. And this one actually has a lot of paranormal activity here as well. A couple of things I have experienced here are the lights going off and on, even though they are motion censored. Interestingly, me and a friend were here a while back, and we were both standing at the end of one aisle, and all the way at the other side of the end, the lights were coming on as if someone was walking down the aisle, but there was no one there. And the lights kept going on and going on as we got, and it was getting closer to us. And we actually got really freaked out, and we left the bottom level of the library, lower level of the library, and don't really like to go down there. I guess if we want to spook ourselves, we go down there, but it is pretty spooky, and it feels really heavy down there. The air is really heavy. You feel like something is like pushed up against your chest. It's really claustrophobic for some reason, and I don't really like to go down there that often. I don't really need to because it's just archives that are down there. But yeah, it's a really spooky area. So right here is the elevator. This is the infamous elevator in the library that has had occurrences of paranormal activity. There have been reports of a nurse that is inside of the elevator cart when you open the doors and when you're heading up toward the second level of the library, where the children's section and the teen section is located. And I've experienced something similar to that. I've never seen anyone in this elevator, but I've just felt like there was someone in there. And especially when I'm in there alone, my mind goes somewhere else because I don't want to think about the fact that there might be someone standing next to me. Right now we're inside of the children's zone. That is really cool. And actually one of my books, The Library of Souls, is available in this section. And interestingly enough, this book was inspired by this exact library. So that's a really cool fun fact that I think people should know about, because I don't know, I think it's really cool. The fact that this library is on top of a cemetery is that should explain the hauntings in the library. But I just wanted to give you guys something really cool and spooky for the Halloween time, the fall time, and I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. There are a lot of stories revolving around this library. That is pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I will see you all next time. Yes, have a spooky evening.